Today on Gardening with Creekside, we have got yet another project going on. Hopefully this one will be just a day project. We have got to clear out a new area here at the Pines. Stay tuned. Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and today we are here at the nursery in the area that we affectionately call the Pines. Clearly, I think you understand why, but this area really houses a ton of our perennials, both sun and shade. It's just a great part, it's a great character of the nursery, and people just love to come in this area and hang out. What we're going to do today is we're going to work on the area behind me that you see. You can already see that Jerry's has gotten to work already. We're going to have to remove a couple of trees for this project. So what are we doing? The main idea here is, obviously we're a destination garden center. We are in a country setting. We don't have huge, massive, wide open spaces right here at the nursery. So we have a road that we have created because of course we get tons of deliveries via tractor trailers and large trucks. Jerry had created the road for these trucks to be able to come in, unload, and easily turn around and get out of here. So one, we're going to extend the road just a little bit longer, so if we have big sleeper cabs that they can come in and have plenty of room. But the main goal here is to create an area for us to have our bulk mulch located at. We currently have it up in the field when you first come in. I mean, it's in the middle of the field. It's kind of unsightly. If people want to get mulch, you have to go way up there. It's just a little bit of an inconvenience and an eyesore. So we're going to fix that by relocating it and having it in this area behind me. So we're going to take about 5 or 6 trees out. We have tons of pine trees in here. Some of them are gorgeous and nice and straight, so we are not going to let those go to waste. My daddy has a sawmill, so we will be sure to cut that tree down in a nice fashion so that we can get as many boards out of that as we possibly can. In fact, that's how we sided our barn. So both the outside and the inside of the barn is all sided with wood taken from our property and then sawed at my daddy's sawmill. So the nice long straight pieces we will of course save for boards. Then there are some ones that really have some interesting shape and character to them. There's one in particular that Jackson has already spotted, and he's like, you got to save that piece because it has a really big loop curve in it. So we'll save that and do something fun with it. Rest of it will probably end up being firewood for the new fire pit, in all honesty. But we're going to take those out, create a nice area for the truck to be able to come in, dump the mulch. Then when customers are coming, easy for us to scoop it up, put it in their truck or trailer, and then out they go. Then of course, this is Jenny, right? So I don't want just a big pile of mulch right here, especially in our shopping area. So then, I don't think it probably will happen today, but at another time before the spring gets going, we're going to create in this whole area where the pine needles are, a gorgeous screen, privacy screen that is really geared towards the shade. We do get filtered sun in this spot, so I want to use rhododendrons and Florida sunshines and mahonia and all sorts of great shade-loving plants, shrubs, perennials, everything to create a gorgeous screen here. One, it is functional, so it will help hide the mulch, but then also it will help customers who come here and have those kinds of conditions in their yard. It will give them a little bit of inspiration and ideas on what to do. So it's just going to be a real fun day. Of course, this is Gardening with Creekside. You never know what's going to happen. So come on and let's go for a ride. Okay friends, so we've got everything situated. We've got cameras in all the right places, hopefully to give you a good shot. Jerry is suited up because we don't mess around with the chainsaw. The first one is going to go, the big tree is the one that's really nice and straight that we're going to use for lumber. Will go down first. Hopefully it will just lay right there. We'll see. my little lumberjack. All right, so he got the first 2 trees down. The first straight one was nice and straight and well balanced and didn't want to go down.
Yeah, it was good. No, just making sure that it was going to go the direction I wanted it to go, and the
Which
wind
it did.
was blowing. Yeah, so yeah, it was just wasn't giving me a quick lean. So
no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Jackson and I were standing there and talking about that it was nice and straight. It was perfectly balanced, and even though you'd cut the notch out, it still.
No.
That makes you a little nervous, and then the wind picked up.
Yeah. So we're all good. Yeah, you put a little cut on the front side, a little notch, come on the back side, and work your way at a different angle to it. And then it went down. The other one I'd already pre-notched, so that made it quick.
Made it quick. So we're gonna get a couple more cut down, get those cleaned up, and then we're gonna get Jackson's curvy pine last.
Right, and so then the big one that we just cut down, we'll cut those logs, maybe like 10-foot logs, and carry them up to the sawmill, and then they'll be, you know, whenever your dad has time to saw them.
Okay, so that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Alrighty. Right, oh, the curved one. Gotta move the camera, might get squished. Alrighty, friends. So Jerry obviously has gotten all the trees cut. They're all down. We stopped to go get some lunch, at the house and it's cold. I know it is a gorgeous day. The sun is out. It is a blue skies. But for this little southern girl, it's cold. So I added some more clothes and my little toboggan, and I got my hot cup of coffee. So now what we're going to do is just really get this area cleaned up. Jerry's gone ahead and with the straight pieces of the log, he's cut them in about 8-foot sections. 10-foot sections, he just told me, sorry, 10-foot sections, because that will fit perfectly on the sawmills. Because of course you want to get the longest piece of boards that you possibly can. So he's gone ahead and cut those into 10-foot sections. Then he'll, I guess, get the bobcat, and then we'll carry them up to Daddy's sawmill. And then whenever Daddy gets a chance, he can cut them for us. Just to give you kind of an idea of our thinking, right now we are standing on the little access road where tractor trailers pull in, that kind of thing. Camera's sitting right there. We're pointed, obviously, to where we just cut those trees down. What you see right now, those are the trees that are going to stay. Everything that you see is staying. I think we cut down a total of like 5 or 6 trees. There was only one that really kind of broke our heart to cut because it was just such a big, beautiful tree. But of course, wouldn't you have it, it was the one that was right here that absolutely had to go. So what we're going to do is we have this nice little clearing, get all this cleaned up, get the stumps taken care of. That way, when we get mulch delivered, it's in this massive 18-wheeler, I don't even know what you call it. I mean, it's a truck, it's an 18-wheeler truck. So it has a special bed on the trailer, and so the floor actually on the trailer moves. So it doesn't actually raise up and dump. The floor rotates back and slowly dumps out the mulch. So we don't have to worry about any kind of height clearance. It's just he will back up and he will shoot the back of his trailer to the back of where those woods are, and as he dumps, if he needs to move forward, then he can. So this whole area that you see is cleared out will be able to house that mulch. Then when we have customers that come, or if Jerry's loading up for a landscape job, whatever, they can pull their trucks and trailers right up here, basically kind of where Jackson is, or the trees are laying down, the tops of those trees. Of course, we'll add some more gravel, to make sure that's a nice firm road, and then Jerry can use the bobcat and load everybody up. So that's the idea of this space. Again, it's a convenience thing that it's close down here to the nursery. It's going to look better so you don't have this massive pile of mulch out in the middle of the field near the beehives. And then the fun part is where I get to landscape a beautiful screen in front of it. But right now what we're going to do is really just kind of clean up this mess, because it takes, if you've ever cut down a tree, you know that the time is not really in the cutting down part of the tree, but rather the cleaning up part. Especially with pine trees, there's little branches that go everywhere. So that's, I think, what we're going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing, but you get to come along for the ride. So come on. All right, guys, it has been quite a fun afternoon. The sun is going down, so we're losing daylight here. So I think we're going to go ahead and stop. But I forgot to tell you just a minute ago that when Jerry was cutting down the funky curved tree, it didn't want to come down.
No.
He got it cut, he got the wedge cut, he did everything he was supposed to do, and that sucker was not coming down. In fact,
it was the one I told you I thought it would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jerry, this is not Jerry's first rodeo, and he has cut down many, many trees. So he has lots of experience, and he knew that it was twisting in a way that not the way that he wanted it to go. No. And of course, we don't mess around with safety equipment with, what are those things called? What is that thing called? Chainsaw. Woo! It's been a long day. Just for several different reasons, but yeah, the chaps are definitely an issue. Yeah, we have those, and the helmet.
Chaps, helmets. You see accidents happen, you know, you need to have your chaps and your...
Right, yeah, because
you're right-handed. If you look on the little, there's like a little map when you buy your chaps. 90% of all cuts are on the left leg.
Yeah, it's funny. So when he bought the chaps, there's a diagram of all the like
little dots
of where people cut their legs the most with chainsaws. And anyway, so between that and Jerry had an instance one time where it skipped on his leg. It didn't require any kind of medical attention. We were able to take care of it, but that, and then my daddy had a horrible accident years ago where a tree fell on his head. They're called the Widowmakers, praise the Lord. Obviously he's still here with us, but it was a horrible, horrible accident. So we don't mess around with chainsaws. So when that tree was acting funny, we left it alone. And then the wind starts blowing and you think, okay, it's going to twist and fall on its own. So we moved everything out of the way. Well, no, lo and behold, it just stayed up there. So Jackson and I went up to my daddy's and got the wedges, and then Jerry was able to put the wedge in, and then he's so strong, he just pushed it over. And so I was filming, and then anyway, so it came down, everybody's okay, all the cameras are okay. So praise the Lord for that. And then cleaning up, it's just, I tell you, it's all fun and games to see them come down, but then you have to clean it up. But when you have the equipment, it sure did make it a lot easier. Yep, yep. Jerry has fun on the Bobcat, in case you haven't noticed. Yeah, and
pulling up those stumps, the small ones are okay. The big buckets makes it a little harder. There is something called a stump bucket, and it's narrow, and you can get all the roots out without making such a mess. And we're having to dig deep holes to...
Right, because that last one that he was getting out, that was the tree that was the booger-boo that didn't want to come, and then the stump didn't want to come out. But obviously we'll put all the dirt back, and we do have a hole over here anyway that needs to be filled in, so all that extra dirt will be good to put over there because water kind of collects in it.
Yeah, I think we'll do that right quick before,
okay, because you never know, it could rain tonight and then it fills up with water. So he'll get it all smoothed out. This man's a pro he knows how to work a Bobcat with the bucket or a tractor with the bucket. Like, he can do amazing things with it. So he'll do that. And then I guess we'll have to get these other stumps out.
Yeah, or either I'll just kind of dig out around it and just cut it off.
That sounds good. Because this was the biggest tree. So that way, like you said, dig all around it.
It doesn't really matter. It's because we're just backing up the truck here and dumping mulch. And I just wanted to dig those up.
He was playing. I'll translate for you. It was fun, and he was playing. Yeah. So, and then after that, then we'll get, what's the next step after that? Like, once you take care of the stumps, what do we do next?
Just do your screen and plants.
Then I get to plant. So then we'll just do a whole nother video on the plants, because that'll be really fun and really neat to do. And plus, of course, you don't think about these things, but taking out all those trees, so then we'll get a lot more light in here, but it'll be morning sun, so that will be really good because the sun comes up over here, rises, and then sets over there. So the plants will get morning sun, which is a good thing, so that way I can maybe do some more camellias and acubas and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be really fun to do a whole video on that. Anything else?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Okay, so he's just going to move this dirt, put it back where it belongs. As always, thanks for gardening with Creekside, and we'll see you next time. Okay. Bye, friends.
Bye.